In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is your cousin Chief of GC Radio, also Squirrel Magazine. Today, I am co-hosting the show for John David Jackson, Coach's Corner. Unfortunately, John's not with us today, but we have some lovely guests. I got my co-host, Mr. Scotty Olsen, the Pitbulls, in the building. How you doing, Scotty?
Really well. I'm doing excellent today. It's a great day up here in Canada, and things are going really well.
Wonderful, wonderful. We got my buddy over here, partner crown beneath me, the one and only Coach Bun Bay. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
And we have the guest of honor, the man himself, the one and only 11-0 big baby Kashaun Davis is in the building, man. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on Coach's Corner, man. I really appreciate you. So today, do me a favor. Let everybody know. We're gonna do this in the beginning. We'll also do it at the end. Let everybody know social media, like if you have a website or your social media handle, so they can catch up and follow you. And at the interview, we'll do it again so they'll know how to connect with you.
Gotcha. Well, you can look at me up on Facebook, Kashaun Davis, and also on Instagram, Kashaun_Davis, KASHAUN_Davis 54. And then also, if you want to keep up with me on Pearl Boxing Club, they post all the time what we got going on, and so you can follow Pearl Boxing Club on Facebook and also on Instagram.
Okay. Now, we met face to face. I got to come to the gym and see you work out, and I'm looking at you, bro. You're getting a little slim and trim, and you're still doing your thing. And whenever you want it, man, I told you can get these hands on We Fit only. We Fit only. We Fit only, bro. We Fit only. But ain't We Fit, I'll forfeit. Only We Fit only.
Yeah.
Seriously. Now, last time I talked, you told me that, you play football and you start training for boxing and things of that nature. But what really got you to gravitate to more to boxing than football? Because I know you had love for more than just boxing, other sports.
Yeah. It was just my competitive nature, like I was telling you when we met a couple years ago. Like I did everything in high school. Like coming through school, I played football, boxing, I played basketball, I threw shot and put in disc and track. So, and I did powerlifting for a year. So I did everything, But, I kind of tended more towards football and then boxing, of course, since, I turned pro in boxing 3 years ago. So, that's where it led me to. But, just those two, I always had a passion for those two. And, I was kind of, I gravitated more towards those two. I kind of had a love for those two more than other sports.
Now, what started you in boxing, man? Was it like a way of getting in better shape, better discipline? You had this one cat says, I'm gonna get you one day. I'm gonna get you one day. What was the motivation to get you in the ring?
Well, like you said, when I first started, it was just to get in shape. Just to get in shape. I was about to start playing 7th grade football. So I wanted to be in shape because I always been a big kid. So when I first started, even when I was young, I still needed to lose weight just to stay healthy. And at the time, I gravitated and I stayed with it. I got me a couple amateur fights in it. I was winning, and then, I had that competitive nature. I love to win. And at the time, we wasn't winning in football. So, that's a team sport. So I'm doing what I can, and the team's still losing. I was like, okay, let me try boxing. I'm winning in boxing. Let me keep doing this. So, I always just love to win, and I hate losing. So, that what kind of stuck me into it. Kind of having that mindset like, Floyd Mayweather. You always want, as much as people hate him, that's a guy he wants to win. He's gonna win. So I kind of want to keep that mindset by always wanting to win.
Okay, so when you start training, let people know, because people think everybody now is in this microwave generation. We want it right now. We don't want to wait. We want to earn nothing. How long did it take you from your first time you start training to do your first amateur fight?
Probably about 6 months to a year. Because you don't want to just hop up in there. You know, we got this thing. We go through all our combinations. We don't start sparring at least 3-4 months when you first start in the gym. You're not gonna start sparring at least 3-4 months. So a lot of people guys come in there, they want to spar like first, second day, talking about they want to get in the ring. Like, no, you don't. You think you win
Yeah,
a
they be gonna get them skibbity paps.
yeah, they at home fighting their brothers and their friends, or in the streets and winning fights. They think they can come in this boxing gym and beat on these guys that's been doing it. Like, nah, it ain't gonna go how you think it is. So Coach Bombay, he got this system where like we go through our certain combinations, we go through our criteria, and then if he think you should spar, he'll let you spar. Then he ain't just gonna let people go in there and get beat up. That's what's gonna happen.
Now, when I was a kid, we had one set of gloves. Only one kid had a glove. Somebody had a right hand and a left hand. So unless you was left-handed, you got to caught a couple. He caught a couple. Coach, what was it like the first time when Big Baby came into your gym, man? What was your impression of him? What did you think, and what did you envision with him?
Well, the first time he came to the gym, I noticed that he was a big kid and stuff, but he is always humbled, well spoken, well mannered. I never had a problem. I never had a problem out of him. Everything I asked him to do as a kid, he did it. Wasn't no problem. Wasn't no talking back. He just did it. I never really had no problem with him. He did everything well. He learned well. He was easy to train. I mean, you tell him one thing, like I got boxers. I've been telling him the same thing for 10 years now. I ain't had to tell Kashaun too many things, but I tell him one thing, he catch on. He listened, and he was very mature for his age. So you wouldn't have never knew that he was at the age that he was. He's only 12, but he was bigger than me. But you would have never knew that. But he was very. But what I'm saying, he's always been mature he's always been a mature person for his age. I don't really never got too much tell him nothing. Too much about nothing. So. I mean, my first impression, he did everything. He never gave up, never stopped working. I mean, everything went well. Everything was going, and it's still going the way it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Everything just going where it's supposed to. He might not chose this way, but everything just falling in place because of his mannerism. Well spoken, well well mature, never be in trouble. Just a good kid, but good young man right now. But I mean, everything just went accordingly because of his mannerism and his competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? Everything just fell in place.
Wonderful. Now, let me ask you a question, Mr. Pitbull, my co-host. It's been many moons since you stepped in the ring for the first time. What was it like your first time in the ring, Scotty?
Well, actually, it was pretty nerve-wracking. I never did any sports very well. I tried a lot of sports, didn't have very much athletic ability. And going into the ring for the first time, I didn't expect a whole bunch of success. But I went in there against an older, bigger guy than I was. It was hard to find people my size. So I fought the kid and ended up knocking him down. And then I went to go pick him up because I wasn't sure what to do. I went to pick him up, and the referee told me to go to the neutral corner. They called it off, called the fight off, and then a few minutes. Then I was then just how can I say it? Announced the winner. So that was nice. So it was like this roar of the crowd that got me. Like that, everybody in my family and quite a few people there were cheering for me. So it really excited me, and I actually did something okay for a change. So it really was a special moment. But I was really scared going up in there.
Okay. So, Big Baby, let me ask you the question. The first time you got in the ring as a professional, was it any different than sparring, practice, or your amateur fights? What was the transition like for you?
Not really. It kind of felt like about the level is like fighting on the nationals. First fight, you're not on that stage where you're fighting in front of like a big crowd just. So like it was in the smaller venue. So it just felt like I just needed to go in there and do what I need to do. It wasn't a fight is a fight, and at the end of the day, you got to win the fight. So it didn't feel too much different. It's just like now this is for real now. Ain't no going back in amateur. You take your wins, your losses, and the pros, like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, I never bought box other than We Fit. So We Fit, I give you a run for your money. But when I but when I play football, we practice and everything. It was one thing, but when game day, I mean, you just excited, you pumped, and everything you sacrificed. You didn't go out, you didn't drink and smoke and date your girlfriend. I mean, you get to lay it out on the line. And being a lineman, you hit somebody every play, so you just pump and amp. So game day is totally different. And I remember going from JV to varsity. Man, it's like you hit the show. It's like, this is it. This is where you perform to try to get a scholarship, the next level, get your letter get you a letter to put on your jacket of the year. I mean, it's a transition. It's like, I don't know. It's like you made it, but you gotta keep producing, stay in. So when you did your first professional fight, it was just regular for you. You didn't feel like, okay, now every fight counts. It's recorded, it's box rec, all this. How many losses before I had to go to another gym or anything? I mean, did you any of that pressure?
No, I try not to look at it like that. I mean, of course, like, you're a pro now, so you got to perform. Like, at the end of the day, you got to come out and perform. But like even on fight days, I try not to look at it as like a different day. I try to do my same routine, and I try not to, do something I was doing like any other day. A lot of people, they try to sit. Some people do good with meditating, but I never really got along with that. I try to keep everything the same. When you start thinking too much, that's when problems come along. So I try not to think too much. I just try to, because you're training the whole time and you camp for the fight. So what you're doing in camp is what you're going to do in the fight. So, I try not to think too much. A lot of people overthink things. So don't try to overthink, because when you get in the ring, like, what you did in camp is going to come out anyway. So I try not to overthink, and I just try to keep my same routine.
That's some good advice, man. I saw one of the guys I look up to, one of the legends I love, do something in practice, and then I saw him do it in the ring. And it cost him big time, and I'm like, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? But it is what it is.
That's the it's gonna show up. Like them same mistakes you make in the gym, they're gonna show up in the fight. So that's why you gotta have. I got coaches like Coach Bombay and the coaches I've been with since I was a kid that's gonna correct me on those things, because you might not see it, but if your opponent sees it, he's gonna take advantage of you at this level. So definitely gotta, what you do in the gym is what you're gonna do in the fight. So you gotta practice. Practice.
What's your take on that, Scotty?
No, I think that is such a great comment, because when in training for all of my fights, it all really came down to how well I was training, and it was always a bit of a hard thing to train and do things, but then bring it into the ring next. Like, it's always okay to, or great to hit the heavy bag and look really great, and throw lots of shots, but then doing it in sparring can be a different thing. And of course, doing it on fight night under the bright lights can be quite intimidating. And so it's just, yeah, a lot of time in the gym, continuing to improve. And that's how I feel.
Now I have a question for you, Coach. Now you have a difficult job, man. You have to motivate your fighter. You got to make sure you stay on them with the diet and stay on them with the training, and then you also have to come up with the game plan for them to go into the fight. And then also you have to make adjustments when stuff not going right, plan B or alternate as throughout the fight, so they can change and evaluate, so you can come out hopefully victorious. Now, through all this strategy and everything, you can't get in and throw the punches for them, but you got to make sure you guys get the assignment right. How difficult as a coach to coach a person to prepare for a fight, or especially to get them on the road to get to a championship like the gentleman you have right here?
Well, you are at this stage, you got different fighters and different fighters. Like Kashaun, he could just, like, Kashaun is the type, he could just, before he get back to court, I don't watch him adjust and change. He'll see something, he listen well in training. But he listened well in training, and he do. But then I got some other fighters that you got to make sure they ready in training. Make sure they excellent in training because they really fight on instinct. They don't really have no game plan. They fight on instinct. So you just got to know your fighter. Each fighter got different ways. Different ways. Like Kashaun, a whole different person. Like he's on that pro level where he could adjust. He adjust himself. He'll see stuff himself. And then I got some fighters. I just got to get them in the best shape of their life. And let them do what they do. I mean, everybody got the different fighters. Different fighters are not the same. They're not the same.
Now, this is a question I'm gonna ask for Big Baby, and I'm gonna ask you, Scotty. I've heard several fighters tell me that when it comes to fighting, it's very important to have your foundation strong and have strength in your foundation, have good foundation skills, because there's sometimes you might get to a point in the fight where you're not there, you're out of it, you're in this little room trying to get out, and the fundamentals would get you through the round or get you through the fight. Have you guys ever experienced that, and how does that work out for you? You want to take it first, Big Baby?
Oh yeah, everything starts from fundamentals. A lot of guys that what comes from being in shape. Cause a lot of guys, if you out of shape and like you get tired during the fight, like your fundamentals gonna start to fade, and that's when you're gonna start getting countered, and that's when you're gonna start taking them hard shots. So you definitely got to be in shape for you don't want to be in a fight and you're the one tired. Your opponent sees that, and that's when he's gonna capitalize. So everything starts from the fundamentals. You can add to it, every fighter got something they add to their fundamental game, but you want to have your core intact because that's what you want to see. When you got to dig deep, or like you said, you're in that dark place and in a fight you need to push through. You want to have your fundamentals in place so you can push through. You falling over, you all tired, like your opponent gonna take advantage. So you definitely want to have your fundamentals and be in shape.
Okay. Good comment. What about you, Scotty? Have you ever been in a situation where you got in a little room and couldn't get out and had to rely on your fundamentals, or have you ever
Yeah,
experienced that?
it's a very good question. You know what? Uh, and I think that every fighter. Well, I won't say every fighter. I said myself. I had a really hard time that I was always just happy to work on the things that I did well. The things I did well was apply pressure and punch hard. So those were the things that I really worked on in the gym, and I tried to make that happen for myself. And in fights that I had, I wish I had worked on some of those fundamentals that you're talking about. The using a jab. I'd break my right hand so many times. It would be nice to have been able to use my left hand effectively, and it probably would have been the difference between me winning and losing a couple fights. So yeah, that's. Yeah, fundamentals are so important, but to work on all the aspects when you're in training, and yeah, as a I think as a fighter, I always tried to. Well, I was best at punching hard, so if I could do that, I was really happy. But I wasn't working on a lot of the other things that I should have worked on, and it cost me some stuff in my career. And I think every fighter coming up should really take notice of fact that maybe you'll break your hand one day, and you can't rely on that hand anymore. You might have to rely on your other hand. So and to have worked on that, that's really important.
All right, wonderful. We're gonna watch a little something right there. I want to share everybody. This is a clip from Big Baby doing this thing, and we're gonna watch a little bit of this clip.
3-21 leaves a little bit to be hoped for. Maybe he can turn that all around tonight against Big Baby. There's our tail of the tape. 26 years old for Kashaun Davis, 305, 6'4", 6'4", 305 with a fight record of 10 wins, 0 losses, and every one of them goes to 9-9, buddy.
That is 100% knockout rate, Cody. This is going to be
He is the monster from Pearl, Mississippi, and you're not going to want to take your eyes off of this one, ladies and gents. I have a feeling we're about to see dynamite.
We might. This might be a situation where if you blink, it may be over. He gets those arms swinging. I think Anthony's in for a night.
All right, we've got 6 3-minute rounds in this one, and if it lasts that long, J-Rob, I owe you ice cream, buddy.
I tell you what, that's a lot of rounds to be boxing for anybody. But these guys, somebody's going down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jalen does not look that much smaller. He definitely looks smaller. But as far as the height goes,
height-wise, yeah, it's a 6'1" versus 6'4", so there might be a little bit of a reach. But I tell you what. If Jalen knows how to keep the distance and stay away from those bare paws.
Oh, there's that big first left hand. It looks like he was in a car accident already. Holy cow, looked like one of those crash test dummies got snapped back so hard. Oh, there's a big left-right combo. Jalen Anthony looks like he's got a little bit of intensity in his eyes, but he definitely knows that there's power. That was the left hand. I don't know what's going to happen with that right hand.
Yeah, he's got that thing locked, cocked, ready to rock, and Anthony needs to be circling away from it like he is. But I tell you, he's got to be careful of backing himself into a corner.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to get in the corner with this guy.
You do not.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
And Big Baby Davis is going to swing that telephone pole right into his ribs, and it's not going to be good.
Oh, you meant his right hand.
Woo. See, look at it. He's. I tell you how Davis has got some speed.
Oh, there's that big right hand. Right hand again.
Oh, he's not
Jalen better get on his bike. You got to get out of there, buddy. Don't eat those. You will not be normal in the morning.
It is one thing to guard, but it's another to guard without looking, so you don't know which way they're coming. You can have your gloves up and still get rocked, and especially with Davis's power behind those punches, he's gonna feel it.
And Big Baby seems like he's setting a pretty good pace here. Oh, that big right hand. That big right hand. Ladies and gentlemen, holy cow. His right hand right there just looked like Jimmy Walker because it said, Dynamite.
I could see the whites in his eye. It lit him up.
Don't get up, man. Don't get up. Just stay there.
This is good. Is the ref going to say he's good?
He's walking fine. Let's get to it again. Big Baby is going to go in and try to finish this up.
Says, all right, we're going to go.
Let's see how quickly Big Baby comes in. That big right hand, he's coming in. He smells it. He's like a great white all over a seal. No, that's one of them whales that likes to slap the seals.
Predator mode, walking him down.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, it looks like it's been waved off. Nope, he's counting. He's a 7. Hey, Jalen Anthony is going to answer the bell again. You cannot say he doesn't have heart.
20-some seconds left.
Because there is absolutely no way that you can get me to stand back up and let that guy punch me again.
Now, if he's going to, he needs to go into survival mode here, Cody. He needs to be able to just get on the bicycle, run away, wear Davis down a little bit. We got 8 seconds to get out of this fight.
It's not going to happen. That's the end of the fight right there. Big Baby Davis out of there.
More.
Jalen Anthony looked at the referee and said, I'm fine, but you're not fine, buddy. That's the end of the fight. That's the first round knockout. I'm assuming that we got about 2 seconds left.
It had to have been very, very close.
Wow, man. First round knockout. Woo. How do you prepare for that?
Train.
Try for 10.
That's what you want to see first round.
Yeah.
Like, especially
but you try for 10.
Now, I like to see a knockout, but if I pay to go to the fight, man, I want to see at least 2 or 3 rounds, man. I'm not mad at you for doing what you need to do. I'm kind of mad at the other guy for not doing enough. I mean, come on, man, give me at least 2 rounds.
Yeah,
at least let me get through the popcorn.
You don't get paid for overtime. You don't get paid for overtime in boxing. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
so who was the gentleman? It was a gentleman in that fight, man. And where was that fight at?
You remember that was your last fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, my last fight.
That was in Knoxville, Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee.
Johnson City.
That's right. That's Johnson City.
Okay. So if I'm correct, you got another fight coming up sometime soon, right, Big Baby?
Yes, sir. Thanksgiving weekend. This upcoming Saturday in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Who you fighting?
Deion Hill. He from Alabama. Alabama, right, Coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know what part of Alabama, but he's from Alabama.
Lafayette, Louisiana, though.
Uh,
So y'all, there you go. If you want to have something to do for the holidays, you can see a sweet big baby. As you see, he's knocking people out. What are you, 11-0 right now?
Yes, sir. 12-0 this Saturday.
He about to have a
that's right.
dozen. Call him 12.
Awesome.
Call him 12. He
Yeah, no doubt,
got a
no
lot of
doubt.
one round knockouts.
Yes, sir.
So big baby, what at heavyweight boxing, being a big guy, fighting against a lot of big guys, does anybody ever intimidate you, or do you feel threatened, or you just go in with what you got to do and you make it happen?
Nah, man, this is boxing, man. Like, you're in the wrong sport if you look across the ring and you don't want to come out to your corner and fight. Like, at the end of the day, like, should no man like take your heart away. You go in there and fight. You go in there and do you. I mean, you go in there training. You doing the same training that he doing. Like, if you go into the ring and you have fear in your heart, you've already lost the fight. Like Mike Tyson beat a lot of guys just on that alone, like just off their aura. So, I don't go into any fight like, man, this dude look tough. Like he might can punch. Like we all can punch. I can punch too. Like we heavyweights. Like we finna fight. Like, can you fight? That's the question. I don't care about you looking tough, you looking big with all your muscles. Like, can you fight? Is the question. And we about to fight and find out.
Now, Pitbull. Now I understand it. What weight divisions did you fight in, Pitbull?
I was flyweight, so I was 112 pounds. So I was a flyweight, and I was light flyweight as an amateur leading or in the Olympics. That was 106 pounds, and once I turned pro, I just jumped up to 112. That made it a lot easier for me to make weight.
Was it a lot of guys in that division? It's pretty tough. But I remember one
Yeah.
time you fought. I believe it was in Reno. Who did you fight in that fight outdoors?
Jose Luis Velarde. It was Velarde. He had just gone 10 rounds with Michael Carbajal, so we wanted to fight him and see how I would do. And so I think I knocked him out in the sixth or seventh, something like that.
Yeah, that was a tough match. A very tough match.
Yeah,
Very tough.
sun was in my eyes. I had to move myself to the side of the ring where the sun wasn't in my eyes anymore, so I could see the guy.
Wonderful, wonderful. So big baby Davis, tell us, man. So if you wasn't doing boxing, what else do you see yourself doing? Maybe coaching, or what else do you see yourself doing?
I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't know. I mean, I've given so much to boxing that like that's all I, think about. Like I try to say like I don't have a second choice. Like I got to make this happen. Like I've been boxing for 14 years now. Like, and I got to get something out of it. So I mean, I really don't really try to think of like what's next. Like what's the plan B? I mean, like currently I work at the airport, so eventually when I retire, I might fly planes or something. I've been thinking about doing something like that. I might be a pilot or something. Do something on that, and then I want to go into real estate also. But like as far as now, it's just boxing and only boxing. Like I don't know what
So,
I'd be.
so you have no admiration to transfer those skills and tutelage and train anybody else become a coach?
I could do possibly. I mean, not really. That never really was the game plan. Maybe like one-on-one coaching. Like I don't see myself like being like an amateur coach and a boxing coach. Maybe like a physical trainer or like someone that like teach my skills like one-on-one. Maybe on some that basis.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, is there any other words you want to leave our public with before? Can you please give me your social media again? Is there any other words or anything else you want to leave them with?
Shout out to Pearl Boxing Club. Anybody in the Jackson metro area that's looking to get in shape or just to box, head down to Pearl Boxing Club and talk to Coach Bombay. We'll get you right. We'll get you in shape. If you want to be a champion, that's the place you want. That's the place you want to go. So Shout out to Pearl Boxing Club. And then also, again, follow me on my social medias on Facebook and Instagram. It's Kashaun Davis on Facebook, and on Instagram it's Kashaun_Davis54.
Now, Square One Magazine is sponsoring this show's Coach's Corner for John David Jackson. Fortunately, he's not here with us today, so I'm like his co-interviewer. But we will love to welcome you, man, on our Clubhouse platform. We have a Clubhouse platform. We have boxers and trainers and people in the industry come in all forms of boxing to break down the gatekeeping of boxing and be the networking entity. Is what Square One Magazine was built on. And we would love to have to come back on Square Magazine as well as Coach's Corner and be a part of the Clubhouse
For sure.
platform.
I'd love to, for sure.
And also, man, we had to bring you on Scotty's show. Scotty's going to do a little segment called Scotty's Boxing Tips, give all kind of tips on like how to develop a hook or an uppercut and what exercises help you out staying fit. So that's coming soon. We got Scotty's boxing tip coming up real soon. Thank you for joining us, Scotty.
Oh, I love
Thank you, Big Baby. I was so impressed with your fight clip. Your video was really good. You didn't neglect your jab. You have a great jab, and it was really nice when I saw you hook off the jab. You were cutting off the ring. You got to your you ended up closing the distance so that you were going to be more accurate. I just thought it was, and your placement of your punches was great. So I'm wishing you all the best coming up now.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to be the water boy, the spit bucket boy, or something, man. Come on in the ring, we'll get to the championship, man. I'm about to come get y'all a couple of fights before then, but you definitely got to get me the corner for the championship fight, man. I got to make the journey with you, bro. Got to make the journey. So I'm gonna say this for all y'all tuned in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all got 2 C's, a chance and a choice, and you choose to be here with us, and we thank you. So at this point, we want to hope we leave you better and receive it with a smile on your face and grace wherever you go throughout the day. Thank y'all for tapping in the Coach's Corner. Thank John David Johnson for letting me host the show today. Thanks, Square One Magazine and GC Radio. And y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you next time. Thank you for tapping in.
In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC